So when looking at resumes, we're going to look at your past experience. We're obviously going to look at your past education, and we're going to look at your clinicals.
The hiring process, we try to streamline it as much as possible. I do receive a lot of resumes, and so I do take a look at the resumes and some of the clinical experiences that the new grad has had.
On the resume, what we really look for in terms of clinical experience is one, if you have any job experience related to healthcare. So if you're a student nurse, tech, or have externships as well as volunteer opportunities, but also your clinical rotations as well. It doesn't have to be super detailed because we have opportunity to ask about that during the interview and have a further discussion, but just some ideas of what your experience level is.
We're looking at, having their bachelor's in nursing or higher degree, and some are coming in with masters already in nursing, and they have specialty certifications.
When I look for a resume, I do look at the GPA. Also, I look at the history, employment history. For the new grad nurses, I look at where they did their volunteer and what activities they've done prior to getting into the nursing school or prior getting into the job. That's very important for me because it will give me an idea of how well-rounded this person is. I'm looking into working in a magnet hospital. It's really important for me to at least minimum the bachelor's degree, and of course it's an add-on if this person has a master's degree as well, which most of our new grads right now are coming in to the organization with master's degree. That's pretty impressive.
When you get into the environment, that's where you're going to learn the most. So that's where, your past experiences in the healthcare field really come into play a little bit more than your GPA or what school you're going to.
When looking at a resume, the thing that stands out to me most are experiences beyond their education. So most new graduate nurses, they put all their clinical experience that they experienced while they're in nursing school, but sometimes that's the expected, right? But what have you done outside of that? So have you done any community service work? Again, have you worked in a restaurant or a bar? What other areas have you worked that help you actually be a nurse other than just your nursing skills that you learned in school? Most recently, I did see a resume that did have something that stood out. The person was in her second career, and she was formerly a librarian. So just thinking about that, librarians study a lot. So that really helps because they study people. And so we are in the business of handling and dealing with people.
So for a resume for a new grad, I really highly encourage running that resume through Indeed.com, perhaps. Indeed sees a lot of resumes and they can give you pointers, or your own school has, I'm sure, people that you can actually run through your resume. But a clean, polished, again, the length, it varies on the length, but you want to get to the specifics of what you truly have done and accomplished. And again, as a new grad, it's okay to put your clinical practicums on there. But again, a clean, polished look and a presentable look. We get a lot of resumes. It just should go through some sort of professional check before it's coming through to an employer.
Their education, their credentials, and their present employer. And that's it. Sweet and short and sweet. So not more than one page. If there were 3 pages, I don't read the second and third pages anymore. Just the first page. Mm-hmm.
How many resumes I've looked at? Probably thousands. And in 4 different organizations. So again, it's the longevity that I have. But again, I think that the more succinct, the better.
Thanks for watching. To get full access to our Simple Nursing New Grad Prep course filled with tons of helpful tips and tricks, simply click the link in our description below. Remember, don't be scared, be prepared. Ensure a smooth transition into your nursing career with our new course. See you guys there.